Welcome back to my channel. The screen goes black. That familiar theme music warps and distorts, as if warning you that everything you've known is about to change. What if I told you the show you've been following for over a decade isn't just fading, it's effectively dead? The Sister Wives intro we all know, the rings, the smiling faces, Kody Brown front and center, all on the brink of disappearing. Not by cancellation, but by a hostile takeover. Picture this. The screen glitches, then reboots with a new dramatic intro.
No falling rings.
No Kody Brown claiming the spotlight. Instead, you see David Woolley, Christine, and a formidable new alliance rising from the ashes. Reports point to the end of an era, the conclusion of a family saga that has dominated reality TV for years. But from those ashes rises a new reality show, more explosive, more ruthless, and more business-driven than anything TLC has ever dared to air. Rumors are swirling, and the theory we're exploring today could change everything. This isn't just about a marriage ending, it's about a brand new empire beginning. Welcome back to The Life with the Browns, your #1 source for the deepest dives and most controversial theories surrounding the Brown family. If you want to stay ahead of the curve and know what's happening before it hits the tabloids, smash that like button and make sure you're subscribed with notifications turned on. You won't want to miss a single update as we unravel the Coyote Pass conspiracy. Let's dive straight into the most shocking theory currently circulating in the reality TV universe. We all know David Woolley, Christine's husband, the quiet, stable force who stepped in after Kody Brown's reign of chaos. But what if David is much more than a romantic partner? What if he is the shrewdest businessman to ever walk onto a TLC set? The theory we're examining today suggests that David realized something very early on. He understood that the true value of Coyote Pass doesn't lie in the dirt, the trees, or the muddy pond. Its power lies in the story. It lies in the war. We've been connecting the dots with insider reports, and what emerges could be the biggest power move in reality TV history. Sources say David Woolley has secretly approached TLC executives with a bold, groundbreaking proposal. Cancel Sister Wives. That's right. Kill the original show.
Why?
Because the narrative has grown stale. The network knows it, and David might just be ready to rewrite the entire franchise in his image. The fans know it. And David certainly knows it. Think about it. Are you tired of watching Kody and Robin sit on that couch, fake crying, spinning the same tired victim narrative week after week? The ratings are high, but the engagement is shifting. People aren't just watching, they're hate watching. The joy is gone. David Woolley, spotting an opportunity, allegedly approached the network with a solution. He didn't just offer a storyline. He offered a business partnership. The proposal? Launch a spin-off centered entirely around the legal and financial battle for the land, with David stepping in not just as a cast member, but as a producer. We're calling this potential new series Coyote Pass Wars, or perhaps Brown Legacy, the next chapter. Here's where it gets really interesting. David is a man of means. He owns his own successful drywall business. He understands contracts, assets, and leverage. The theory suggests that David agreed to partially invest in the production of this new show. For TLC, this is a dream scenario. It reduces financial risk while revitalizing a franchise that's emotionally on its last legs. If David is buying into the production, he gets a say in the editing, a say in the narrative. This could effectively strip Kody Brown of the little producer-like control he's believed he had for years. Kody may think he's the ringleader, but David might be buying the entire circus. The focus of this new show would shift completely. It would no longer be about plural marriage because, let's face it, plural marriage is dead in this family. Instead, the spotlight would fall on the intense legal, financial, and emotional battle between the Kody and Robin camp versus the David, Christine, and Janelle camp. It's a clash of the old guard versus the new regime. In this reimagined format, the characters take on new roles. David Woolley becomes the show's anti-hero, or maybe the savior, depending on how you see it. He is the calm, calculated force standing against chaos. Christine and Janelle are the protagonists, reclaiming their power and assets. And the villains, Kody and Robin, are portrayed without any of the sympathetic editing they may have received in the past. They're shown fighting desperately, clawing to save their crumbling empire as the walls close in around them. Let's dive deeper into why this makes perfect sense from a production standpoint. Rumor has it the current season feels disjointed, and that's because the family itself is disjointed. But a show centered on a war for the land brings structure to the chaos. Every episode wouldn't just explore feelings, it would revolve around strategy. The theory paints a picture where David and his alliance deploy calculated moves to outmaneuver Cody week after week. We aren't talking about petty arguments at family gatherings. We're talking legal loopholes in property deeds, explosive media statements timed to damage Cody's public image, and dramatic face-offs where financial documents are slammed on tables. This transforms the series from a melancholic divorce documentary into a high-stakes corporate thriller set in Flagstaff. Ask yourself, is David Woolley a genius producer in the making? Cody has spent years trying to manipulate assets, often failing or confusing the audience. David, with his construction and business background, looks at Coyote Pass and sees a ledger, equity, and opportunity. He sees Cody's vulnerability, and if the rumors about a secret deal with TLC are true, it means David is monetizing the very tragedy Cody created. The ultimate revenge. Cody spent years attempting to profit off his wives. Now his ex-wife's husband might be profiting off him. Sources suggest the Coyote Pass Wars concept was pitched as a limited-run, high-intensity series. No more dragging storylines over 10 seasons.
Fast.
Brutal. Decisive. David's pitch emphasizes what audiences really crave: justice. They don't just want to see Christine happy, they want to see Cody face consequences. A show produced by David would deliver exactly that, stripping away Cody's veneer of victimhood, exposing the raw financial greed at the heart of the family. And then there's the money. Cody and Robin are reportedly struggling with cash flow. That massive mansion, the art, the Rolexes, the rings, they're all expensive. If Sister Wives is cancelled to make way for this new project, Cody loses his primary income unless he signs on to the new show. But here's the kicker. In this series, he wouldn't be the star. He'd be the antagonist. The target. Forced to dance to David's tune just to keep the checks coming. Imagine the humiliation. Cody Brown, the man who demanded absolute loyalty, now signing a contract where David Woolley is the executive producer. It's almost Shakespearean in its tragedy and its dark comedy. Consider the glitch I mentioned earlier. Sources speculate that TLC is already testing new branding packages, A/B testing audience reactions to David's presence. Notice the screen time he's getting? Notice how the cameras linger when he talks about Cody? That isn't accidental. It's a soft launch, preparing viewers for the transition. TLC executives are business people, just like David. They see the writing on the wall. The Cody Brown show is over. The David and Christine show is just beginning. But to survive, it needs conflict. And that conflict is the land. The land is the perfect MacGuffin, a tangible representation of the family's failures. Cody wanted one big house, it failed. 5 houses, it failed. Now it's just a barren lot of broken dreams and unpaid taxes. But for a reality show producer, it's gold. The battlefield. David Woolley knows. Control the land, control the narrative. By investing in TLC, or at least this project, he ensures the story is told on his terms, protecting Christine, elevating Janelle, and exposing Cody. Timing is everything. Why now? Why are these theories emerging at this moment? Reports of financial strain on Cody and Robin coincide perfectly. Desperate for cash, they might agree to anything, even a show that paints them as the ultimate villains just to keep the lights on at the McMansion. David knows this. He smells blood in the water. He has the upper hand. This isn't just about producing a TV show. It's about winning a war that started years ago. This brings us to the structure of the episodes in this theoretical new series. We're looking at a serialized drama that writes itself. Episode 1. The Proposal. David lays out his plan to divide the land. Episode 2. The Rejection. Cody refuses, spiraling into chaos. Episode 3. The Loophole. David discovers a legal strategy to force a sale or division. Because David is allegedly investing his own money into the production values would skyrocket. Better editing, faster pacing, a modern feel, shedding the slow, dragging pace of the later Sister Wives seasons. But there's a darker side to this theory. If David is truly capitalizing on this family drama, what does that make him? A hero saving the women from a toxic past, or just another man exploiting the Brown name for fame and fortune? It's a valid question, but fan sentiment suggests most people don't care. They just want to see Cody pay. And if David is the instrument of that karma, the audience will embrace him. The genius of the Coyote Pass Wars concept is that it gives viewers exactly what they've been begging for: resolution. Consider the legal ramifications. If the show focuses on the land battle, that implies real lawyers, real court documents, and real stakes. This isn't fake reality TV drama. It's documenting genuine asset disputes. Janelle has openly discussed her estate and her assets being tied to that land. This show could be her vehicle to reclaim them. With David's backing and investment, she would have the resources to fight Cody on a level playing field. Cody has always weaponized money to control his wives. David disarms him. He has his own resources. He doesn't need Cody's approval, and he certainly doesn't need permission to film. This also explains the family silence on social media. They may now be under new NDAs designed for the new production. If Sister Wives is technically cancelled, they can't talk about it. If Coyote Pass Wars is in pre-production, talking is strictly forbidden. Silence like this is deafening and usually signals that something big is happening behind the scenes. Picture this. David Woolley sitting in a boardroom with TLC executives, a stack of binders on the table, meticulously outlining how he will take down Cody Brown frame by frame. It's a hostile takeover of a reality franchise. It's business. It's personal. And it's brilliant. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. The war for Coyote Pass isn't just about the adults. The children are no longer background characters. They're active players in this strategic chess game. Soon, we'll reveal how the Brown kids are being positioned as pawns, double agents, and leaks in David's reality TV machine. You won't believe the rumored roles of Gwendolyn, Mike Helioty, and even the younger children in David's master plan. If you thought David Woolley buying into TLC and taking over Sister Wives was a bombshell, wait until you hear how the children fit into the strategy. In any war, there are generals, soldiers, and pawns. But in Coyote Pass Wars, the Brown children are no longer silent background extras. They are becoming the most critical assets in David Woolley's arsenal. The theory suggests that David, wearing his producer hat, realized something Cody never did. Cody saw his children as subjects, either obey or be cast out. David sees them as individual media entities, characters with agency, and ultimately, the perfect tool to dismantle Cody's narrative from the inside out. Let's talk about their new roles in the spin-off. We're calling them the drama's new pawns, but maybe double agents is more accurate. The most fascinating piece of this puzzle is Gwendolyn Brown. For months, we've watched her launch her YouTube channel, reacting to old episodes, spilling tea, openly criticizing her father. On the surface, it looks like a rebellious daughter venting frustration. But consider the insider theory. What if Gwen's channel is no longer personal? What if, under the Coyote Pass Wars contract, her content is an integrated, calculated part of the show's marketing machine? Think about the brilliance of it. Traditional reality TV relies on commercials and trailers, but this is direct engagement with the audience, blurring the line between personal expression and strategic media manipulation. David Woolley, as a savvy modern businessman, understands one crucial truth: the real conversation happens online. The theory suggests that David and the new production team have encouraged Gwendolyn to ramp up her content. They're not trying to silence her with an NDA. They're weaponizing her voice. Every time Gwendolyn drops a truth bomb about Cody, engagement skyrockets. People hate Cody more, and that makes them want to watch him lose. In this new show format, we might even see fourth wall breaking segments, where Gwen's YouTube reactions are edited directly into the episode. Imagine watching Cody lie about a situation on the main show, then cutting immediately to Gwendolyn in her reaction corner, debunking him in real time with receipts. It creates a feedback loop of drama Cody cannot control. He's no longer just fighting his ex-wives. He's battling a multimedia campaign orchestrated by his own daughter, led by David. Now, let's pivot to the most controversial figures in the sibling dynamic, Mike Healty and Tony. Fans have had a love-hate relationship with them because they've stayed close to Cody and Robin while the rest of the family walked away. Many see this as betrayal, but the Coyote Pass Wars theory flips the narrative. What if Mike and Tony aren't traitors, but spies? David needs intel. He needs to know Cody's mental state, Robin's next move, and the financial reality of the teen enemy camp. Mike is the only one with access. The theory posits that the new show positions Mike and Tony as double agents. We could see scenes of them visiting Robin, playing the dutiful daughter and son-in-law, nodding along to Cody's rants, then driving away to call Christine or David, relaying information in real time. Cody is planning to sell the lot next door. Robin is panicking over a subpoena. Every mundane interaction becomes high-stakes espionage. David Woolley's influence here cannot be overstated. Cody demanded loyalty based on blood and obedience. David commands respect based on strategy and support. By empowering the adult children to take active roles in this war, he validates their trauma while simultaneously fueling the production. Morally gray? Absolutely. Entertaining? Without a doubt. After all, TLC is in the business of entertainment, not morality. The theory also highlights a heartbreaking element, the contrast between the free children and the captive children. Truly, since moving to Utah, has blossomed lighter, happier, comfortable around David. She becomes a symbol of what happens when you escape Cody's toxic orbit. David is portrayed as the stable father figure she never had, the man who supports without demanding. Contrast this with Robin's children, Solomon, Ariella, Dayton, Aurora, and Brianna, whose lives are shown as tense, anxious, and isolated. The narrative emphasizes the stark contrast between the vibrant, chaotic joy of the Christine-Janelle-David alliance and the silent, fortress-like existence of Robin's household. This narrative tugs at viewers' heartstrings, portraying Robin's children not as villains, but as ultimate victims of parental greed and paranoia. Scenes could include Cody forbidding them from attending family events or Robin instilling fear of the outside world. The result? Sympathy for the kids and unadulterated rage toward Cody and Robin, and rage keeps people watching. Insider reports also hint at a financial shift for the children. For years, speculation suggested the Brown kids were underpaid for their on-camera time, with money going to Cody and Robin. David, understanding fair labor, allegedly included a clause to ensure the adult children and minors are paid directly and fairly. This buys their loyalty and strips Cody of his last tool of control, the purse strings. If Gwen, Isabel, or Gabriel can earn money filming, they show up, participate, and speak freely. Cody loses leverage. The theory also touches on the boys, specifically Gabriel and Garrison's legacy. While Garrison's tragedy is real and painful, the show could honor him by validating the boys' feelings of abandonment. Flashbacks, unseen footage, and testimonials could highlight their struggle. David's role here isn't to replace their father, it's to provide a platform for their truth. Coyote Pass Wars isn't just about land. It's about vindication for the children told they were the problem when they were simply asking for love. Production mechanics would also evolve. How do you film a war when one side refuses to appear with the other? The children are no longer just bystanders. They've been pulled into the very machinery of the show. And with them comes a seismic shift in the flow of information. In the past, leaks meant late-night arguments between Cody and Robin, tabloids spinning rumors, and viewers trying to decipher truth from spin. Now, the leaks are likely coming from inside the house itself, orchestrated by a production team that knows exactly how to manipulate the narrative. Imagine this. A post about a heated argument or a land sale appears online. Fans react. Likes, shares, comments, it's all a test balloon. If the response is strong enough, that storyline gets fast-tracked into filming. The kids aren't just family members. They've become focus groups, marketing agents, the pulse of the show. And at the center of it all, David Woolley watches, calculating. David's genius is subtle but ruthless. He doesn't need to be the loudest voice in the room. He doesn't need to demand attention. He simply stands with the kids, positioning himself as their ally and, in the same moment, painting Cody as the antagonist. Audiences, who grew up watching these children learn to walk, drive, and date, feel protective. Loyalty is instantaneous. But this strategy isn't without its risks. Are the younger children being exploited once again? Critics argue that monetizing family trauma, no matter the justification, is morally gray. The counterpoint, the one the show would likely embrace, is this: the children are reclaiming their story. For years, they were used to sell a false image of a happy, polygamous family. Now they are paid to dismantle that illusion. Televised catharsis. Media therapy. Love it or hate it, it commands attention. The children's involvement creates a multi-front war for Cody. He isn't just fighting over land in the courtroom. He has to contend with Gwen's YouTube exposés, Michael's public visits, Pedden's TikTok revelations, and the court of public opinion painting him as a failed father. He is surrounded, outmaneuvered, and exposed. And at the heart of the storm, David Woolley, organizing the troops, signing the checks, and keeping the chaos from spilling out of control. The stage is set. The motive, land. The players, old guard and new alliances. The soldiers, the children. The final act is on the horizon, and no one will be safe from the fallout. But what is the endgame? Every war has a final battle, a moment when treaties burn, and the winner takes all. For Coyote Pass, that moment is approaching. The theory surrounding the season finale of this new show is unlike anything we've ever seen. A live broadcast. A final ultimatum. A transformation of the land that will shock the entire fan base. This isn't just about selling plots of land. It's about erasing the memory of what Cody Brown tried to build. David Woolley's plan is audacious, controversial, and it could reshape the very geography of Flagstaff forever. But it hinges on one thing: Cody making one final, fatal mistake. Here's the rumored setup: a 2-hour live event, Super Bowl-level stakes, broadcast directly from Coyote Pass. Cameras rolling.
No edits.
No whispers in Cody's ear. He sits across the table from David, Christine, and Janelle, lawyers present. The world is watching. Cody has two choices. Choice A, buy out Janelle and Mary's shares at current market value, a sum he likely doesn't have, and retain his dream property. Choice B, agree to a complete buyout by an outside investor, quietly, a holding company controlled by David Woolley. Refuse, and David unleashes the nuclear option, a legal maneuver forcing a public auction, where David has the capital to outbid Cody instantly, leaving him with nothing but legal fees. This live event would transform Coyote Pass from a property into a coliseum. Cody, who spent years wielding power over this land, is now stripped of it live on air, his dream repurposed into a spectacle of poetic justice. And the endgame doesn't stop there. David isn't building a family home. No, Coyote Pass becomes a permanent production lot, a filming location for future TLC projects or a sister wives retreat. Every fan visit, every new show, every camera that rolls serves as a reminder: David won. Cody lost. The ultimate humiliation. But beyond drama, there's moral tension. Is this genius? Or is it exploiting a family tragedy? Cody is human, flawed, and yes, tragic. But in the court of public opinion, he's the villain and David is the executioner of karma. This finale is more than a story. It's a reckoning. The divorce was just the prologue. The conquest, the true finale, belongs to David Woolley. The children are spies. The legal battles are plot points, and the Brown family transforms from a household into a cast. Reality and performance blur, and the audience gets the resolution they've been craving. Imagine the final shot. The live event concludes, papers signed. The sun sets over Flagstaff. The camera pans across Coyote Pass. A sold sign bears David's company logo. Christine and David stand on a deck, toasting with mocktails. Silence. No music. A war finally ended. This is the Coyote Pass Wars, the show we deserve. The ending the women deserve. And yes, the ending Cody Brown deserves. Now it's your turn. In the comments, tell me, do you believe David has the ruthlessness to pull this off? Would you watch a show where Cody is the explicit villain fighting for his financial life? Should the land be sold, or should the wives keep it as a trophy of their survival? We've dissected the production takeover, the weaponization of the children, and the ultimate fate of the land. If you want more insider theories that feel truer than news, smash that like button, subscribe to Sister Wives Crew, and turn on notifications. The old era is fading. Welcome to the Coyote Pass Wars.